How did it go down?
My intervention?
Yeah.
Well, you got to tell us a lie to get us there, you know?
Yeah.
And the lie, mine was at my house. And first of all, you know I'm on speed. If only a speed person do you have to trick to get back into their house. They told me for my podcast the next morning I was going to interview Wu-Tang Clan. And I was so high I thought that was true. Think about the level of disconnect, Jason. I thought Wu-Tang Clan was coming over to my house
playa.
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I thought the 8 blackest men alive were going to set alarm clocks and come across town to come into my cracker house so I could interview them and help them with their careers.
Right. Have you ever seen Wu-Tang on a podcast?
No.
Not even Champs. Drink Champs.
Fingers crossed. So, and Skylar Stone was emailing me for a week as RZA from a dummy account. He's like, yo, what's up? See you Thursday, bong, bong, bong. I was like, fuck yeah, me and RZA are tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Wu-Tang?
No.
You don't know their songs.
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was up all night, like, coming up with the greatest Wu-Tang interview ever.
Yeah.
And then I walked into my podcast room and, you know, an intervention's like the worst surprise party ever. Everybody you love is there. You walk in, you're like, hey, oh, shit. You turn into a demon. You start cursing at your grandmother like, you old, you lied to me, you old.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
You turn into a ghoul.
Really?
And then, yeah, and I just saw everybody in there. And
How many people?
11.
Jeez.
I was like, you guys got to get the out of here. Wu-Tang Clan's coming over. And then I saw the interventionist, and I was like, oh, one of these kids is not like the others.
Your wife is there?
My wife was my girlfriend at the time. She was there.
Yeah.
I thought she did it. It was my agent, Matt Frost. And then, but I thought it was Jeannie. And then you pack for, like, how do you pack for rehab? I don't know what's going to go down. So I'm just stuffing shit into a backpack. And I was angry packing. I never took my eyes off her.
Yeah.
And I said nothing, just staring at her like, you fucking traitor.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing. And then I got to rehab, and all I had was 9 pairs of socks because I never looked. And then I had to call her, like, could you bring me pants, but nothing with drawstrings?
Right.
Because they're afraid I'll hang myself or someone else.
And then how long you stay there for?
28 days. And then there was a Zoom call. My Zen gave me hiccups. I'm a fucking I used to snort shit off toilet tanks, and now I'm like, my Zen gave me bubbles. And I'm already on the 3s. I did a month in San Clemente, and then...
San Clemente, it sounds like a prison.
I know. It was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'd go to the beach once in a while.
Yeah.
But that's when I learned like how powerful a drug Seroquel is. They give you that to help you sleep. I think it's so you'd never leave rehab because you're like, man, fuck this place, and you can't go anywhere. You just like makes you a zombie.
Right.
But those walks to the beach in flip flops the day after taking Seroquel were like I would actually kind of cry, like just walking like,
yeah.
like I can't. It's horrible. Seroquel. It's an antipsychotic. It helps you sleep. But, you know, you're in there with a bunch of gangbangers. They're like, what are you on? You're like, I'm on an antipsychotic. It's just to help you sleep. But, like, it knocks you out. Like, I would just wake up. And
What time do you go to bed on a Seroquel?
I kept going earlier and earlier. And the guys would tease me. They're like, why do you go to bed at 7 o'clock, S.A.? I'm like, I'm just killing time.
Yeah.
The sooner I go to bed, the sooner I got another day.
Yeah. But that is good. You're getting it out of your system. Might as well sleep it off.
Yeah. And I would wake up with like a melted ice cream sandwich on my shoulder. Like, what the fuck? Did I get a bird last night? What happened? It was crazy. So then after that month in rehab, there was a Zoom call with 2 guys from my intervention. And I thought they were going to argue over like who got to come pick me up. Mm-hmm. And they just held up a brochure to a second rehab. And they're like, now you're going to go here. I'm like, fuck. Like nobody was real excited about me coming home.
Why a second one?
They're like, look. My buddy Chappie from Boston says, look, man, the bus broke down. This place didn't work on the bus. They just kept an eye on it. This next place is going to work on the bus. Get under the hood. See your causes and conditions.
Had he been through it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I went to this place up in Sausalito. And, you know, that was a co-ed place.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, shit. First of all, like, it was really nice. And I went on a scholarship through Comedy Cares.
Yeah.
And, like, just the thread count. You know, I was in like a not mangy. It was just no frills.
Yeah.
So then I go to this place with like nice sheets. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lay in here naked.
Yeah.
I got my own little room. I don't have a gangbanger roommate.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there, and then I could see it was co-ed, so like a nurse is checking me in. I'm like, And then I could see into a house, like on the other side of this little hill, and I could see this lady walking around in a little mini bathrobe, like the sexy, like F me ones.
Yeah.
But I could see her whole body if I could stand on my window ledge looking down. But I couldn't get both feet on the window ledge because it's only that wide. So I'm butt naked. I put 1 foot on the bed. I put 1 foot on the window ledge, and I'm doing that like downstroke. You know, like I'm starting a double play jacking off.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then behind me I hear, time for meds. I was like, could somebody check out this ceiling fan? I think that's how it started.
And then how long were you there for?
3 weeks. I got kicked out.
For jacking off?
No, some girl said I touched her. It was really odd.
No.
Yeah, it was weird. It really was. The first week I was there, I'm not going to say the name of the place because it was not a good fit. I think maybe because I was on scholarship. It is a business, you know.
Right.
It's a total huge business.
They were getting paid.
The first week I was, Jesus Christ, with checking the cameras. Hire somebody. So as I'm in the middle of this conversation, you get up, block my camera. You're like, oh, I need a SIM. But I don't know if you guys know this. Probably not, because he'll edit out to save his own ass. I'm in the middle of a story, and he gets up and goes upstairs and gets a new SIM card. So I'm just telling it to the pictures on the wall.
Leave it in.
The first week I was there, they pulled me out of a meeting. It's during COVID, so they're like, come here. I'm like, well. They go, listen, somebody saw you coming back onto the property last night, getting out of a black SUV. And I was like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They're like, now's the time to tell the truth. I was like, what the f*** are you guys like talking about? I don't know where I am. I don't have a wallet. I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I am for somebody to come pick me up.
Yeah.
And I have a roommate. The single bed was when I was being quarantined the 2 days. So I got a roommate. Plus I saw your RA at 1 a.m. They're like, well, this happened at 3. There's a gap.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so I got re-quarantined. It was weird.
And re-quarantine means you no contact with anybody.
Yeah, so like, and they pulled me out of a meeting, so I got like no books, nothing. So I'm just in a beige room for 2 days, like.
Oh no. That's awful.
It was really weird.
What did you do for those 2 days?
Just slept. I'm a good napper. I take naps every day.
Yeah.
Every day I take a nap.
And like, how are you now? Like, what does your brain do like during the middle of the day? Is it like?
There's not a lot going on up here. There's
no,
not.
There is.
No.
Of course there is.
No, I'm not like a future tripper, and I think that's why recovery was, I hate to say easy for me, but kind of easy for me, because they just said, this is what you do, and I went, okay.
Right.
I was 50.
Yeah.
Like, it's humiliating. Like, I didn't need to be embarrassed.
Yeah,
I didn't need to be humbled. I needed to be humiliated. Like, when you're at your own intervention at 50 years old, it's humiliating.
Right.
If you've ever watched the show Intervention and talk shit to the TV, now you're that guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, my intervention was quick. Like 8 minutes in, I said, just so you guys know, I'm going to treatment.
Right.
But that's not circumstance. That's not virtue. That's circumstance. Because my first addiction, Jason, is your approval. Like, if you don't like me, I don't know how to act, so I just act how I think you want me to act. So the fastest way to get everybody looking sad and crying and shaking their head no to looking happy again was just like, yeah, let's go. But then, like, my mom was in AA, like, my whole life, so I knew it worked.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's probably why it took so long for me to come around, because I knew it would work.